So how's it going, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, it's YugiOh news and we are gonna talk about sprites. And as you might read on the description and the thumbnail, we are gonna talk about the counters to sprites. Now, I could have actually worked on or talked about the go-to cards for the sprite decks or the sprite archetype, but there are quite a lot of cards that actually support the sprites in general, since there are a lot of level 2 monsters that can easily summon another level 2 monster to your side of the field. Furthermore, we are just gonna talk about the counters for the sprite archetype and how to destroy their board. Let's go into Master Duel and I'll tell you the 7 cards to craft or to get before sprite comes out. Let's go. So here we are guys in the Master Duel website, and right in front of you we have our first card, Dark Ruler No More. So basically this is an underrated card that most people haven't actually used in the Master Duel scene, and for the downside that your opponent can't take any damage during that turn. But understand this is one of the best go-to cards when Sprite actually came out in TCG, and this is by far one of the best board breakers there is, having to negate or stop all the monsters on the board. Now the reason being for adding Dark Ruler No More into this list is because now there is only a slight chance that you can actually negate or disrupt a board once a sprite player is actually doing his combo, and on top of all that, even if you actually drop Maxi during that turn, you can't even have Nibiru activated because of Gigantic Sprite on the field, and that's basically just a 3-card summon before Nibiru even prompts for an effect. So having just to stop your opponent during that turn, destroy their board, and then establish your own will actually benefit you quite a lot. Now with that out of the way, let's move towards the second card that we can use. So here we are on the second card guys, and we have Ultimate Slayer. So this was actually added into Master Duel on our recent packs, I think last month. So Ultimate Slayer states, send 1 monster from the extra deck to the graveyard, then target 1 monster of that specific monster type. So you can even send a Fusion Synchro, Exi Pendulum, or Link from your extra deck to your graveyard just to destroy, or not destroy, send 1 monster from the field back to their hand. And that is a really good effect. Now the reason for me adding Ultimate Slayer into this list, because this has the same effect as Dark Ruler No More, wherein your opponent can actually respond to this card's activations. So the pros and cons of this card. So let's start off with the pros. You can inflict damage to your opponent's life points during that turn. Second, you can activate multiple copies of this card during a specific turn. So the con for this card is you can only target 1 monster on the field. So that's really the only downside for this card. And like I said, this is actually slightly better than Dark Ruler No More. Give or take, if you have this copy, it's okay. If you have Dark Ruler No More, much better. So okay, this is the second card. Let's move towards the third card. So third card, boys and girls, we have Forbidden Droplet. Now I think most of you already have a copy of Forbidden Droplet. It's kind of like Dark Ruler No More, and of course it negates any cards on the field depending on the number you discard. So that is a very straightforward card, and let's go towards the fourth one. So we have here guys our fourth card, which is Super Poly. Now if you are a branded SPA player, I think you already have a copy of this, so only 2 copies in your deck will be beneficial, and it's not going to be a problem because most of the monster types for sprites are actually dark. So Jet, Pixel, and Gigantic are dark monsters that you can actually use Super Polymerize on. And like I said, it's kind of like the same as the Ultimate Slayer and Dark Lord, wherein your opponent can actually respond to the activation of this card. So it's a really good card effect to have if you're using a fusion type or a fusion based deck, just like branded SPS. And with that, that's Super Poly. Let's move towards the fifth card. So fifth card guys, we already talked about this on my previous video for the tier elements. This is actually a good counter for tier elements. For sprites, you just need to declare Exi monsters because a Gigantic Sprite is the one thing that you need to stop. Second of all, most of their level 2 monsters are really a nuisance. Although Totally Awesome is banned, but there are a ton of Exi monsters that are really good for a level 2 with a strong effect on the board. So I think having to call Exi with regards to Dimensional Barrier is a really good call for you. So that is your fifth card guys, and nothing more, nothing less. We already tackled this on my previous video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go on the link right here. Then let's move towards the sixth one. For the sixth card guys, we have here still Diddy Crow, and this is really good in regards to both archetypes for tier elements and sprite. And I'll tell you why. If ever you're going up against a sprite deck and your opponent's using the frogs, then basically you just have to banish Rodent Totem from the graveyard, or even any sprite targets that they want to special summon from the graveyard. So having a copy or copies of DD Crow on your hand or in your arsenal will actually win you some games. And of course, I'm gonna include this sprite right here, Called by the Grave, since we have here in Master Duel a maximum of 2 copies for Called by the Grave. Why not also add 3 or 2 copies for DD Crow? Also, just to remove or untarget those monsters. And it actually works well with the meta nowadays for Brandeds or for Sword Souls, or if ever Sprite and Tier Elements comes out, then it's going to be beneficial for both archetypes as well. So that's basically your 6th card, guys. Let's talk about the last card.
A few moments later.
So we have here a last card. I think you're really familiar with this if you are going up or if you actually gone up against a Numeron deck. And I know this will be very annoying and there are some limitations for this monster to have in your deck. The only restriction for this card is you can't normal summon or set. Other than that, you can spell summon away. Having to tribute 2 monsters on the field, removing 2 negates on the board for your opponent is really a good call for you. If ever you don't have a copy of Dark Ruler No More or Ultimate Slayer, then this is actually a good board breaker as it is. Kaiju's Lava Golem or even Spear Mode is really a good card that you can have in your arsenal if ever you don't have a copy of Dark Ruler No More or Ultimate Slayer. Now, I know that Kaijus are much better than Lava Golem, but understand this, Sprights has a variety of good effects that actually brings out more monsters to the field. Regardless of the ban of Totally Awesome. So having a Lava Golem in your arsenal might be beneficial for you, and I'm pretty sure it is, because most of the decks nowadays, it just revolves around a ton of special summons. Especially Mathmex, they don't want to normal summon at all because most of their cards just reflect around special summoning monsters to their side of the field. So I think that's a good call to have even Lava Golem, and I think most of you would not agree to this, and I'm pretty sure you have your own reasons for that. But yeah, take it with a grain of salt and just play it out once the sprite or the tier elements comes out. So that is the list for you, boys and girls. Hope you like this kind of content, and please like and subscribe for more content in the near future. Now, if I did miss anything or miss any cards that is significant for the counter of any sprite deck, just comment down below and I would greatly appreciate it, just to communicate with you all in this channel. So that's it for today. Keep safe, good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.